In today's Chivalry 2 gameplay, we are going to be going hard on the objective to play for the win using the Longsword on the Siege of Rudhelm. What is going on, guys? It's Sean Salami, and today we just dominated this Rudhelm, so we're going to be doing that alongside a relaxing commentary, and I'm also going to be leaving my comfort zone throughout the video. We'll try a few new things, because this comment got a lot of attention in the last video when I said that I think I talk too much in the videos, that you guys are much more interested in me than I thought. I always thought it was all about the gameplay, but apparently you guys like me, so I'm happy to answer some questions. And I'll tell a life story. Stay tuned for that, but for now, let's get into some gameplay. We're going to be playing with Smile Kitchen. His Twitch and YouTube are in the pinned comment. He's one of my best friends in this game. He's a content creator. He streams during the days over on Twitch, so check him out. Let's get into it. A little bit of internet issues here with my Zimbabwe-ass internet connection. This is something that's definitely a struggle because I would like to stream for you guys, for example. I think it would be so cool to get games in with you, but we can't do that because of my internet. It's pretty tough at this apartment. I have like 3 roommates, so it can be pretty brutal at times, and it depends on them. I've even disconnected from games when I've been on like 100 kill pace and stuff, so it can be pretty brutal. So like I said, the theme of this video is going to be going hard for the objective. And you know why? Because look at this timer. The time is ticking. It's already been like a minute or two, and the towers have barely moved. So the reason we played the objective is because we had to. Good shit by Smile here, who is improving every time I play with him. What a beast. As we head to stage number 2, I'm going to tell you guys a little bit about why I have an ungodly amount of playtime in this game. It's something I got into in the infamous Doomhand video that was one of the most viewed Chivalry 2 videos ever, but in case you missed that, let's get into it real quick right here. My entire adult life, I did work until like very recently, a little bit after Chivalry 2 came out a few years ago. This was about 3 years ago, so a little bit into Chivalry 2's lifespan. I had an incident where I detached my retina, yeah, so that's a very brutal eye injury that made me not really able to work for a little bit, and there's a little bit of circumstances around how it happened that gave me a bit of trauma, so I got like agoraphobia, right? And what that means is I am pretty afraid of leaving the house. So it has me in a weird spot where I am used to being a very social person my whole life, but now I'm kind of feel just safe being just in my room at home. So a lot of my real life friends aren't very understanding of this. They kind of drifted from me, and Chivalry 2 is where I made a lot of friends already from just when I was working overnights. I got pretty involved in the community, and now that's a lot of what my interaction is with people day to day, is just voice chatting with the viewers, you guys, all my friends. And yeah, it may sound a little sad, and I do hope it does change at some point as I continue to work on it, but at the same time, I wasn't dealt the same hand a lot of people are, because like it was a pretty fucked up thing to happen to me that not a lot of people deal with. So And by the way, I don't plan on having heavy conversations like this every video, or maybe even ever again, depends on how you guys respond to this, but this is something I think a lot of people wonder why I'm just always in this goddamn game, so I figured that would be a good thing to break the ice while we leave our comfort zone, and I could explain that. But, yeah, back to the gameplay. The best attack on the Longsword, and it's one of the best attacks in all of Chivalry 2, is the light stab, and I'm not using it enough here, and it's going to get me killed, because that should be what I do here. I don't, and Daddy Doofin is going to get the kill, so good work by him. Fighting a longsword and a Danax is a nightmare scenario, and two of the worst weapons you want to be fighting when you're 1vxing. Let's see if we can take him down, though. Nope. So a great job by me, Smile, and the team to hold the gatehouse. Now it's time for the burn the tents phase, and that's an automatic win. So we're just going to go pad our stats by killing a bunch of stragglers, get some people from behind, then we're going to go back to the battlefield. My ping usually gets me killed, but here it's going to completely save me. Check this out. Pretty funny. Being in the center here aimlessly is a pretty dumb idea, and you'll never guess what happens next. Let's get to a question. So, Melem Zemar, I hope I said that right, asked, will I ever do a face reveal? I absolutely can do that. I've done it before in the Unyielding Discord, so here's one image I've sent in there. Wait, sorry, that's the wrong one. This is me right here holding the sword that Billy Witch Doctor in the Unyielding Discord mailed to me for my birthday last year. The Unyielding Discord is the best thing to come out of content creation, so this is also doubling as a plug for that. Check it out, it's in the description. That 10 seconds was the most editing I've ever done in a Chivalry 2 video, so let's let this breathe for a little bit while we try and push these siege ramps that are just not being moved at all right now. We're having all kinds of trouble attacking. The clock is ticking, and we just got a metric fuck ton of kills, so we're gonna try and push this siege ramp and see how far we can get it to the objective. Pushing the siege ramp that far puts all kind of pressure on them to be able to start pushing that other one up further now, because obviously they have to go stop us from getting that one to the end. That was all the difference in the world, because before that, there was just not enough time to push it. Me and Samara really saved the day on that one, and now we're trying to just inch our way towards the courtyard. This is going to be extremely close. With seconds to spare, we are able to push the siege rams, and now it's time to capture the courtyard. Now, this is where these games go to die. So, like, Rudhelm, the most likely place they're going to stop you if it's not that first gatehouse is this courtyard. This is going to be the hardest objective to push. So again, we are pushing for the win in this one. It's been a lot of fun playing for the objective again. I would like to ask, as we wrap up this video, to try and capture this courtyard. So please like the video if you're enjoying it, and submit any questions you would like me to answer in some upcoming videos, and subscribing for future content, and checking out the Discord in the description. And of course, don't forget to check out Smile Kitchen on Twitch and YouTube. That's going to be in the pinned comment. See if we can capture this courtyard and get a win. So how about that? Playing the objective pays off. We are able to get a win, as well as 69 kills, nice, 140 takedowns, 22 deaths. That's kind of a lot, but that's okay when you have that many takedowns. And I love you guys. Until next time, I'll see you in the next one.